Also in the news, terrorists in police uniform on Tuesday attacked an army artillery unit in Nagrota, killing 3 army personnel, including an officer, and leaving several others injured. There are also unconfirmed reports that 4 militants were killed in the ensuing gunfight.
It was at about 5:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time today morning when the terrorists made their presence felt here in the Nagrota area. The first gunshot was heard around about 5:45 when they lobbed the grenade at the main gate of the army camp, and that was the time when one of the sentry on the duty was injured. And later on they opened indiscriminate fire. They entered inside the camp, and 2 more persons were injured. And since then the firing is going on. Right now also we can hear the gunshots being fired from inside. The intermittent firing is still on. These terrorists, who are believed to be 3 in number, because one can't say clearly how many terrorists are there, but from the volume of the gunfire, what one can hear from inside, the assessment is that the terrorist number can be 2 to 3. And right now they are holed up inside. The area is being properly cordoned. For the security and the strategic reasons, we are not divulging the detail, what sorts of measures are being taken, who are the people involved in this operation. But all I can say that all the entry and the exit points have been properly plugged. They are trying to avoid any kind of collateral damage. So that is one of the reasons that the security force personnel are taking all sorts of precautionary measures. They are slowly, army columns are inching towards that area where the terrorists are holed up. We have heard short while back even the UBGL was fired where the terrorists are holed up, so that they can eliminate the terrorists at the earliest. Meanwhile, taking all sorts of precautions, even the district administration has closed the school in that area. The people who had been living in the vicinity of this army camp, they have been also moved towards the safer places. Firefight is still going on. What can be the reason you see that for this terror attack here in Jammu region?
See, I don't think this is an appropriate time to comment about the entire thing while the operation is going on. And let the security agencies brief the media formally about the attack, and then only it will be appropriate to comment. I don't think at this point of time there's any reason to comment.
But you think that the Pakistan, after the surgical strike, is quite rattled? You think that somewhere they are trying to sabotage peace and harmony here in the Jammu region? That's why they've carried out attack. One is going on in Ramgarh sector and another here in this Nagrota area.
Terror has to be fought. Terror has no place in any society. And we all together should fight terror. Terror is a menace. The world is fighting it. We all should be united to fight terror.
The recent engagement and the gunfights between militants and our military units along the LOC can be attributed to the following. One is Pakistan's desire to show to their public that they are still having the last word on the exchanges on the LOC, even though at the official DGMO level, they have been pleading with India to tone down the level of firing along the LOC. The second, and equally important, is the factor that Pakistan is desperate not to let the momentum of the post-Burhanwani uprising in Kashmir die down. And thirdly, the change of baton between the outgoing Army Chief General Raheel Sharif and the new incumbent General Bajwa would see a certain amount of activity by Pakistan militarily to show nothing has changed. And for those people who feel that the coming of General Bajwa would have a different impact on India-Pakistan relations, the only impact primarily it would have is the toning down of pressure on Nawaz Sharif in the internal politics of Pakistan, since General Bajwa would take several months, if not a year, to acquire a similar stature as Raheel Sharif, which was a complete challenge to the authority of Nawaz Sharif.
Now, 3 terrorists have been killed in an encounter near Samba. These terrorists were given cover by Pak forces. 3 BSF officers have been injured in the firing. Total 4 officers have been injured in Samba operations.
This is yet another coordinated terrorist attack by Pakistan, and that coincides with Sartaj Aziz coming for the Heart of Asia conference. Now, the fact of the matter is there were so many people who were speculating that today is the day that Raheel Sharif hangs up his uniform. Is this his farewell message? Then it's a very wimpish message, because these terrorists have been neutralized. I understand 3 of them have been killed. They have managed to inflict some casualties in the firefight, but our brave hearts have gotten the better of them. They will. There is no doubt on that score that any terrorists who come in will die. But the fact of the matter is that Pakistan should now understand that it will not be one-way traffic along the LC anymore. The surgical strike was a clear warning signal that should Pakistan try and shed Indian blood on Indian soil, there will be retaliation either in the form of surgical strikes, either in the form of fire assaults. And if that doesn't, seem adequate, there could be air strikes, rocket strikes, missile strikes, and further up that chain escalation ladder. Pakistan must understand that India's patience is now over. We are not going to suffer the loss of Indian lives without retaliating.
The clinching evidence of the ongoing attempts to infiltrate by Pakistan. Samba area is close to the international border, is virtually just across the international border. Thermal image devices being used by us picked up some movement on the night of 28-29th. When challenged, few terrorists hold around a tube well, open fire. The BSF dealt with their fire. The fire is still on. Apparently, this is a failed attempt by Pakistan. Had they not been detected by the thermal images, something worse could have taken place.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.